Alright, I keep on answering questions. I have quite many questions in Lithuanian, as you might have seen. Simple Hermit. I had my channel on YouTube for what, 15 years? I guess it started in 2008 or something when I started my channel in English, but lately I became also more famous, more known in Lithuania, my home country, which is very interesting to me because I was outside of Lithuania for like almost ever since, and yeah. So I have also questions in Lithuanian, and I will make make videos in Lithuanian language too. But I don't think you're gonna understand me if you hear me in English. Huh? So I have some questions in Lithuanian. Oh, okay. Rasmus Peter would love to hear about pranayama. And Swales Daniel says, me too. Well, this is pranayama. Okay, this is the topic I could talk a lot about, and probably I don't want to talk too much right now because that is what I can talk and talk so much. I'm very excited about this thing about pranayama. It's a powerful practice. It's a very powerful practice, and this why? Well, you can look at it through in many different ways, I guess. But in a way, pranayama is dealing with your breathing, and breathing is life. Every inhalation is like birth, and every exhalation is like death. And then the retentions, the space between inhalation and exhalation is, well, definitely can also say it's like death. That's why, for example, when you do pranayama and when you do breath retention, when you're not breathing, your mind is much more concentrated. When you are breathing, thoughts go along with your breath. When you are not breathing, your thoughts tend to collapse and go down. So if you master or manage kumbhaka, breath, basically not breathe, you can get into deeper states of meditation there because the mind kind of collapses or go down there. And also the very breathing, how you inhale, how you exhale, if the way you do it affects your mind. If your breathing is like very like jerky and what's the word? Like it's not smooth, it's not uneven. This is the word I was looking for. If it's not even your breathing, if it's not smooth, then this type of breathing will also make your mind become uneven, and your mind will start like jump from one thing to another thing. You want to concentrate on something, on your studies or on something, but your mind is jumpy and it goes to one place and another place and starts feeling something and some fear or something else. With pranayama, you can, if you manage your breathing, if you make your breathing more smooth, more even, then so your mind is also going to become more like that, and it's gonna be way more easy to concentrate and focus on something instead of being like tossed here and there by your mind. So breathing is very important for your mind. Working with your breath, you affect your mind. And breath retention, when you don't breathe, kumbhaka, is very special too, because this is like entering death. Most of the people are afraid of even of the concept of death. But the yogi is not afraid. The yogi is actually looking forward to experience death and know about it before he dies as a body, right? yogi wants to experience death in his practices. He wants to know what it is, because if you know death, you will know life. You will know yourself. And in this kumbhaka, in breath retention, when you are not breathing, this is where you experience the stillness and the absence of yourself. And that is something very, very deep. And again, there is difference between the antar kumbhaka and bahia kumbhaka, the retention of breath after inhalation or after exhalation. There are things, right? I could talk about this, and maybe I would like to talk about this, but the thing is to experience yourself, to observe it yourself. Then it is your experience. Otherwise, you can read books, you can hear somebody talk about it, you can hear me talk about this, but unless it is your own experience, it doesn't really matter. All right. When it comes to pranayama, also, you are not about to, I would say, to expect quick results, that you think, oh, I'll do pranayama and it will change my life very quickly. Well, if you do, if I do pranayama for 1 hour, let's say, do some kind of alternate nostril breathing, nadi sharana, I definitely feel different after that. You feel different after the practice. You feel better in different ways. Different practices, different pranayamas affect you affect how you are in different ways. And when you have experience with those pranayamas, you also know how one pranayama is gonna affect you versus other pranayamas. So, for example, if I'm going to, I don't know, be on some podcast, then I know, oh, okay, I better do this pranayama because it's gonna kind of make me more for this. And for example, if I want to go and train and do some deadlifts or something, I may do some other pranayama because I know that it makes me more, different. And if I want to relax or go to sleep, I may do something different as well. So if you practice, then you will understand that different pranayamas are like different tools with a different output, different result. And as you keep on practicing, you will be improving more and more on that particular pranayama, and you will go deeper and deeper into that. But I would say that even though you see the results straight away after your practice, if you do practice, if you keep on practicing, what's the word, persistently, month after month after month, and year after year. I don't want to frighten you with year after year, because everybody wants to practice pranayama for a few days and then have their life changed. Okay, all good. I thought I saw a snake, but it's not. Um, if you continue practicing pranayama for a longer time, it will just transform your being completely in a ways you cannot understand, don't even imagine. It's beyond your experience. For example, in my one simple thing: do you prefer me with the cap or without my cap, with my hair everywhere, looking rough like a real hermit? Now I should make another video. Simple hermit. What is enlightenment? After 10 years, I may do update of my, I think, the most popular video of my simple hermit days, and all about my from my channel. I think it's the most famous video. Why am I a hermit? I think it was called this way. Okay, I got off the topic. Back to pranayama. One of the things I observe in myself, which is very different as in comparison with other people, is I see that I breathe very different than other people. If I observe other people breathe and versus the way I breathe, it's just two completely different worlds. For example, I can also observe it and feel it when I embrace somebody. You know, like a longer embrace, like a hug, like you hug a friend. And what I always see is that I I breathe, I don't know, at least maybe 2 times less than the other person. I can feel the other person, moving the breathing like the rib cage and such, and the belly. While me, my breathing is slow, and I don't breathe many times per minute. And supposedly, a normal individual breathes, I think, like 16 times per minute, according to Google. Like it's the norm, 16 times per minute. I think from 12 to 20, or I don't remember. Basically, approx 16 times per minute. A normal human being breathes in the kind of relaxation mode, kind of, not jumping, not doing deadlifts. You know how many times I breathe in this situation? I breathe less. Of course I breathe less. I breathe like 4 times, in between 3 and 4 times per minute. I breathe in between 3 and 4, while the average person breathes 16, which would actually mean that I breathe like 4 times less than a normal person. Well, I don't think I have a problem. I don't think I want to go to the hospital and say something is wrong with my lungs because I breathe 4 times less than a normal, healthy human being should. I don't think I have any problem. I think that I actually feel very good. Okay? So, but when I found this, it was like a really, like, interesting that with all of these yogic practices and pranayamas, my breathing rate had really gone down, right? And as the breathing rate gone down also, as I'm saying, your breathing affects how you are, how you feel, how you think. So definitely it has affected me the way I am. I would definitely say in positive ways. So I think that's enough for this time about pranayama. Alright, I want to do more about pranayama. I believe one of my most beloved subjects, because these are intense practices, and these are not they can be very difficult practices. You know, when you do pranayama, you basically you are working with the energies, with your pranas. You become aware of your pranas, you become aware of your nadis, like energy channels, and when you become aware of them, you can start actually moving that energy, moving your prana, and actually doing many things with that, which is, for me, which is beyond exciting, which is wow, which is like, this is what I love. Alright, having said that, I think it's enough for this time, okay, on this subject.